it spurred from my dad and being divorced, and I was like, hey, I can create whatever I want, and now I just do, and people like really don't, I guess. My work depends on kind of what I'm feeling at the moment. So the pieces I have here really stemmed from a song I was listening to, and it really hit a chord with me, and I would say this series is probably the first one I've painted that was just feeling. It was just how I was feeling. And other work I do, sometimes it is more of your graffiti style, sometimes it's more whimsical and dark, so it always stems from whatever headspace I'm in, or what I'm listening to, or what I'm reading, those kind of things. When I was a kid, I used to doodle on the side of my paper while the teacher was talking. But I would say really decided hey, I can paint something or I can draw something was maybe about 4 years ago. A friend of mine is an oil painter, and she was like, yeah, who cares what it looks like? Just paint whatever you want, whatever you think or feel, who cares? And I think it was the first time that somebody had given me permission for it to not look realistic or perfect proportions, or it could be anything. And I'm not sure it might take me that long to get there because I appreciate all kinds of art, but I would say about 4 years ago, I felt like I had permission to just do whatever I wanted, and that kind of just sent me down a rabbit hole of completed art and half completed art in a room full of canvases. So I am doing an apprenticeship at my friend's piercing shop in Waco, and one of her regulars came in with her boyfriend, and I usually will be found at the front desk sketching something. And the piece I was working on was my first piece in this series, and he was like, this is amazing, and he was so excited that it made me excited about it. And he and I were talking, and he was like, I wish I could see, all of the colors. And I found out that he was colorblind, and there's different spectrums, but his spectrum allows him to see predominantly blues, and he can also see monochrome. So I decided that if someone appreciated it that much, that they deserve to see all the colors of it. And so the second iteration of it is actually copies of the first originals, but all of those are color visioned, so that people that are on that spectrum of color can see all of the colors within the artwork. My husband will tell you that I've had anxiety because I've never showcased anything ever. It just hangs in my living room, or I give it as gifts, those kind of things. My favorite thing is, I guess, these actually really do mean something to me. These are very personal, which is probably why I had so much anxiety. But I can take critique and do better, but it is also nice when other people can see the vision that you have, or they relate to it in any way. I've walked through a ton of galleries and art showcases, and sometimes the most unexpected thing really hits you. And I think if anybody were to feel at least a little bit of that, then I feel like I would have accomplished something.